Hey everybody, welcome back to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 15th of April 2025, and in this video we're going to be talking about silver at the United States Mint. But before that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. Tremendous number. And not sure exactly how big it is though, but it's pretty sure it's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. Now, do you ever see those thumbnails on the YouTube channels where they're pumping silver left and right, and they got their bug eyes or their jaws dropped to the floor where all these bugs are flying in? Well, you know, every now and then a clock, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? Well, I think they're going to have their day in the hot sun. I do believe that gold is drying up wherever you may find it, and that is making central banks focus on the shiny silver metal right now. So let's get into it. You won't even believe, well, maybe you will, what's going down. First, though, let's stop at moneymetals.com. Look at those spot prices. Gold's up 12.20 to 32.35.90. I'm telling you, all-time highs constantly, right? Silver down a penny to 32.53. Yeah, 100 to 1 ratio. Platinum up 485 to 975.65. Palladium down $1.50 to 984.80, and Dr. Copper down 6 cents to 4.61 a pound. Over here, you're looking at American Silver Eagle. It's in stock American Silver Eagle, rather, whose premium is $6.39 for quantity 1 through 39. You'll pay $38.92. Yep, that's actually lower than it's been for quite some time. That seems like a discount to their website, right? So the sell to them price is $33.71. The spot price is $32.53. That's $1 more. That means it's more in demand, right? So there you go. Next up, the bullion page at the United States Mint. It says sales totals by month are updated every weekday by 5 p.m. But I got to ask the question, where's the numbers for April? But really, where's the big numbers that we typically would see for, well, obviously, January, 3.5 million Silver Eagles. That's fantastic, but only less than 1 million for the month of February, and then March at 500,000. This is odd, folks, especially at a time when there is so much economic turmoil, right? You would think people would be going gonzo buying up bullion at the United States Mint, but is it even available? Can you even get your hands on it? I think that those gold folks have turned their eyes, like the eye of Sauron in The Lord of the Rings, to silver, and I think that's why silver is not, well, it's going to be drying up just about everywhere, and it's going to be available until it's not. All right, so here we are at April 22nd. That's a week from, today, actually. This American Women Quarter Silver Proof set has a new mintage, a stated product limit of 34,980. And what's interesting about this set, as well as the Silver Proof set, that it was just about to be dropped back in early March or mid-March. And then it fell off the mint schedule, didn't have a date, it didn't have a season. It was at the very bottom of the right on the mint schedule. So something had happened where they're like, you know what, how do I even say that? I mean, they just clipped the mintage. And it wasn't just for the American Women Quarters proof set. It was also, and I did the video yesterday for that silver proof set for 2025, and that stated product limit is 185,002. And what's interesting about that there's no household order limit right now, and I think that's short-sighted on the Mint's behalf. Particularly, I mean, if we get rid of the San Francisco Mint, this is the last one of these we'll see. Obviously, the Kennedy half dollar facing left or west. This is the last year we'll have of that one until 2027, when he's going to be coming back to the 50-cent piece, and he's going to be facing east or to the right on the obverse. And could those be West Point from now on? Who knows? But that'll be it, potentially, for the San Francisco Mint. We don't even know. And look at that, product limit 185,002. And that really begs the question, if we go back over here to the United States Mint product schedule, it really begs the question, how many more silver items are going to have a mintage limit, or at least be in limited quantities. Now, take this one, for example, this May 20 drop, and it's the last one on the mint schedule. I think there's only, three here. That makes seven total coins that we have a date for. The remainder of the mint schedule, which is really kind of odd, the most of them, they don't even show a picture for what we're going to be, offered by the United States Mint, even though they know exactly what they're going to be offering this year. It's just, I don't know. But let's get back to this. This is the uncirculated West Point struck American Silver Eagle. And we've looked at the numbers before. Look, it's $91 for an uncirculated Silver Eagle. Do you think that's a deal? Absolutely not. But what's interesting, and I think we all should be paying attention, is going to be the mintage on this. Now, we know that the other one from 2024, if we go shopping, the one from 2024 out of West Point, New York, that's the proof. That's the 23, 22, and there's the 2024 uncirculated. Sold about 93 to 94,000. And now that does not include the bulk, purchases. However, we still could be under 100,000, and this would be one of the lowest minted, and not on purpose, lowest minted, lowest struck American Silver Eagles, just right up there with the uncirculateds in the 2011 American Silver Eagle collection. Now, what's interesting about this, if the mint is going to, well, come up short on their silver, what are the chances they take all of, look at this, okay, these are the ones that are not available, but what if they take their 22s and 23s and, well, they melt them down to make 25s or 26s? They could do that, right? And what would that do for the mintages, the numbers for those American Silver Eagles that have been, what do I say, culled or deleted? I don't even know what the term is. But if they do that, I would say that most of the American Silver Eagle products would be very expensive at that time. And we really need to be looking at the mintages for all the silver products coming out from the United States Mint, particularly look right here. I think, yeah, that one. Imagine that. They had maybe 100,000 initially, and then have to cut it down to 25,000 or 50,000 of those 250th anniversary. That would be huge. Yeah, demand. Is the mint back because of the scarcity of silver? Potentially. But like a lot of you said, in yesterday's video, mintage matters only when you couple it with demand. Because if the demand isn't there, it's meaningless, right? Yeah, initially, I think so, but ultimately in the end, and some of you did say 30 years later, and maybe you're being facetious, you probably were, but ultimately, yeah, 30 years later, it will be definitely, and that's really what we are. We're stewards of our collection because these are metal, they last forever, and a day, we don't, at least in this world, I guess. Now, let's keep on keeping on. I got some awesome +1 action. This is Proverb 25:8. I'm going to say it in like some kind of Shakespearean voice. I'm not an actor, but I'm going to try and find my motivation here. Okay. The tip of the tongue, the roof of the... Okay, here we go. Go not forth hastily to fight or argue, lest thou know not what to do in thy end, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. What? I don't even know, man. But let's try and wrap our head around it, right? Let's see. I think what this means is don't become involved in an argument unless you have thought it through how it may end. Ask yourself what outcomes are acceptable, right? Do you want to lose a friend? Do you want to alienate people? Really, there's a lot of questions you need to ask before you even engage somebody, before you keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Now, have you ever heard the phrase, that escalated quickly? Well, maybe you didn't think it through. Now, let's keep on keeping on. This is Atlanta Rhythm Section. I said it right this time. And it's So Into You from 1976. And it's from DJ Disco Cat, the Meow Mix. No, not the edible kind your cat eats. No, not that kind. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see something, the channel's absolutely free. Folks, something's going on with silver. And I think it's only a matter of time, sooner than later, in my opinion, until we see really ridiculous prices at the United States Mint. And that's even if we can even get our hands on silver items at the United States Mint. We are really in new territory, folks. Stacker out.